Aye, aye. You're in the right place. Over here.
What's your story?
What would you say? Right now, I'm slightly scruffy nothing.
But I don't have any money. Look at me. I don't have anything at all.
I don't want anything from you. I should actually be thanking you.
Uh-huh. For what?
I've been begging for alms here for days, but I didn't make any real coin till today. And that's thanks to you. The scene you made brought out nearly all of Troskowitz.
You're welcome. At least it was good for something.
Oh well, not many people can make such a strong first impression. But look on the bright side.
Hmm?
Now things can only get better.
Yes, you're probably right. It doesn't get much worse than that. Unless somebody tries to kill me. Again.
You're still alive in one piece. It's a new day and the sun is shining. Like Tomcat always says.
Do you know anything more about...
But a real joker too. He loves showing.
Do you think Tomcat might teach me a few of his tricks?
No offense. But compared to him, you're a bit of a lightweight.
I don't want to pull wagons, but if he can handle a weapon, I'd be happy to train a little with him.
Well, one of the guards tried to take him on and came back whipped like a dog, moaning like he'd been broken in two.
Well, sure. If he's that strong, I'm not surprised.
More like some trick he's got that our watch doesn't know. Or at least that's what the poor man said.
How does he show off for the girls?
With his muscles. He breaks logs with his hands. He even let himself be run over by a loaded hay wagon. Crazy. But to be fair to him, he sometimes helps people. Stanislav's sheep fell into a pit one time.
And Tomcat pulled it out?
And not just that, he crawled down to get it. And when he found the poor thing had a broken leg, he carried it on his back all the way home.
Where might I run into Tomcat?
In the camp by the tower. That is, by Rock Tower Pond. He watches the camp for the nomads.
Should I watch out for them?
No, I don't think so. They mind their own business, but strangers usually mean trouble for them, so they're careful. Try not to stare too hard and hold your tongue, otherwise Tomcat will show you some of his other skills.
Hey, you. What's your name, anyway? What do you do?
I'm Bara. Just Bara.
Looks like you know your way around here pretty good. You're from here, right?
I ain't. I'm just passing through.
You're something like a wanderer.
Nah, I usually find work with someone, stay for a while, and once I save a bit, I move on.
Then why are you begging here?
Sometimes I collect herbs for the apothecary, or help in the tavern. But I'd like to go somewhere else, so I'm scraping up whatever I can. But on the whole, you could say I'm a traveller, or a nomad. But don't say it too loud, the locals don't take kindly to them.
Why?
Because they're different, and it scares people. They travel from place to place and take their home with them.
I'd like to see what their homes look like.
You can go and see them, just don't stare too long.
Where are you headed, if you're only passing through here?
For work, to the city. I'm tired of serving landholders. They all promise the moon, but then you're eating stale bread, cold porridge, and a naria groschen in sight. With the city folk, it's bound to be better.
You said you were going to a city. You mean like to Prague? Or somewhere further?
I'd like to go to Prague, but I don't know anybody there. In Kuttenberg, at least I have a cousin.
Aha. So you're going to visit her?
Well, she doesn't know it yet. But I won't be troubling her long, just until I find a way to make a living.
Why exactly are you helping me?
Why? Why? Because you look like you need it. I've been in the ship plenty of times, and I know how appreciated a helping hand is in times like that.
What do you want to do in the city?
I'll find something. I'm not afraid of work. I'm not half-witted. Maybe someone could use a cook or a servant.
The city can be a pretty dangerous place for a girl on her own.
You mean they don't hand out groschen by the bucketful? And the streets aren't full of roasted stuffed geese? I appreciate your concern, but I have to get to the city first. That's going to take me a long while.
I'm practically naked. Nobody's going to want to even talk to me like this.
At least you're not walking around bare-assed. Although that might not be a sorry sight.
Ah, very funny. I'd rather you tell me where I might get some clothes.
And what do you have in mind? Brocade and satin, a monk's robe, or perhaps Sir Brunswick's armour?
What armour are you talking about? Sir Brunswick?
Oh, nothing. It's just a local legend. They say a famous knight lived here who killed a ferocious lion and saved a many-headed dragon. Or the other way round. It doesn't matter. I don't even know.
And is the armour real?
Maybe. Maybe not. Geibel, the scribe, might know something about it. He has a lot of learned books. I don't know my letters.
I could use some armour. Proper, like, for a knight. And no...
And you are like...
Well, yeah. I don't look so good. But I swear I came here in armour, sword at my side, and on a horse.
Wow. And where...
That's a long story. And it's not a happy tale.
Well, you can hardly buy new armour now. But you might find something in the town hall armoury. Although you'll need quick hands.
Thanks. These'll come in handy.
Just don't get yourself caught again.
I have no money. I might as well beg on the village green like you.
The hell you will. This is my turf. Here you go. I'll skip supper. It's partly your doing anyway.
Wow. I mean, thank you. Seriously.
Yeah, don't start crying. You'd better find some work quick.
Damn. I could use a horse. It'll take years to get to Semin on foot.
Don't exaggerate. This province is small.
Still, it'll be faster with a horse.
There's a stud farm in Semin, renowned far and wide.
And which way is Semin?
Southwest from here, not too far. There's a road goes right there from the green. Just go down the hill. Once you see the walled farmhouse, though I'll be a queen before you can afford a horse.
Do you know where I might find accommodation?
Betty in the tavern lets people sleep in the hay. But you have to...
I'm not going near that tavern. I'd catch hell again. Got any other ideas?
If you find some work, maybe you'll get a place to sleep too.
My main concern is getting to that wedding in Semin. Do you know anything about that celebration?
Well, yeah. People are talking of nothing else. The Lord's son is getting married to the sister of that lout he was fighting with.
How much time do you think I have? Have the preparations already begun?
From what I hear, the bride's dress still ain't finished, and blacksmith Radovan still ain't started smithing the gift for the groom. So, no rush.
Hopefully by then I'll find a way to sneak in. I really need...
I can see that. Save up for something, or use those lockpicks.
Oh well.
Don't worry, you'll manage. Till we meet again.
Was möchtest du?
I wanted to ask you, what's on the other side of that nearest hill? I'm not from here, and I'd like to get my bearings. You look like a merchant to me, so you probably...
Ja, natürlich, you're not from here. Everyone around here knows that, after what happened in Betty's Tavern. Aber das ist deine Sache. That is your business, lad. Also, what do you want to...
Where can I find a church round here? I'm surprised you don't even have a small chapel in the village.
If you want. Die Rettung deiner Seele, junger Mann. You have to go through the forest to Aujetz and to St. Catharinen. Herr von Berge does have a chapel in his castle, but it's not for commoners like you. We do not go there either. Und warum auch? The gravedigger Ignatius takes care of burials outside the village. And weddings usually take place without. No one wants to pay the church more than they have to. Das ist ja wohl klar.
Can I find other merchants around?
Zum Glück nicht, junger Mann. I'm the only merchant here around, Trusky. Oh, natürlich. There are plenty of tradesmen here who sell their goods. There is Bartosz, the tailor. He lives at the other end of the apothecary. Emmerich lives across from me. They are a hand in glove, or more like hat in hat.
What do you mean by that?
Nichts weiter. Just that they play at being educated along the scribe Geibel. They are always studying some Latin tracts. But of the three, perhaps only Geibel knows Latin, if he really doesn't.
Is there anyone else here?
Oh ja. Beyond the tailor's house on the edge of the village is where Bashka the butcher lives. Opposite the Rathaus is the carpenter. The rest of the villagers are just peasants, and you are already familiar with.
Where do you go for wares? What's the closest town?
The closest is Sobotka, the biggest Gichin, what you call Gichin. And further, half of that one belongs to Herr von Bergo.
Is it far?
Das kommt darauf an. It takes all day. Wenn du was brauchst, the goods I have here will have to do you. I do not think you will get to the town anytime soon.
Is there anything I should avoid around here?
Certainly. Stirring up trouble and sticking your nose into other people's business. Here in the village, we don't care much for outsiders. If any do come...
I understand that, but we were ambushed by bandits. So I wanted to...
Ach so, ich verstehe. The woods have been full of all men. That is all because of the war. Verdammte Schurken.
So you've already heard about these bandits?
About those ones in particular, or about others. They are all just gleichen Scheißkerle. Every time I go to the town, the bailiff must send an armed escort with me. It makes life...
So the roads aren't safe?
Ja, das kann man wohl sagen. Herr von Bergo should do something about it. But Herr Otto spends more time in Prague than here. And Chamberlain...
I'll have a look at...
Du wirst sicher zufrieden sein. Bis bald.
Stop, man! Your purse!
I beg your pardon?
This is a robbery!
Stop! You fool!
Show your stuff! Ha! No chance! Give me your money. This is a robbery.
Please, I have nothing to give.
Don't.
Stop! You fucker! Somebody, please!
I'll rip your ass open! Ah, here's another one. Rich pickings today.
Please, let me go. I'll give you everything I have. All of it. I've been attacked!
Oh, for
Help!
You're in for ass kicking, you piece of shit. Too slow!
I'm here then. You said in the alehouse that you could do with a helping hand at the forge, didn't you?
I could. My last two hands, well, they're not worth mentioning. And what with the wedding coming up, the work is piling up. Ah, what's your name? Henry?
That's right.
You said something in the tavern about being a blacksmith's son, didn't you?
Aye, that's me. My father was a swordsmith, and not just any. He even forged swords for the nobility.
For the nobility, eh? Well, that kind of experience will come in very handy for me indeed. As it happens, I have to forge a wedding present for young Lord Semine. A fine...
So you'll take me on?
Hold your horses. I'll have to try you out first. You could forge me a hunting sword as a test, so I can see if you can make a straight blade. That shouldn't give you much trouble if your father was a swordsmith, should it?
Sure thing. I can get started right away.
Great. Find some iron and get started.
Iron?
You can't make a sword out of butter, but if you don't have your own stuff, you can get everything from the chest in my... Furnace is cold now. Give it a practice try. Some things, like swords, are too long to fit in the fire. You have to heat it up. Try poking it around for a bit. Now get the furnace nice and hot. There's a lever above you. Give it a pull. It works the bellows. Temperature by the color, but you won't be able to tell when it's in the fire. You have to take it out from time to time and take a look. Try it out. See? That's exactly the straw color we want. You've got talent now. Now heat up the whole thing. The whole thing is heated up now, so come over to the anvil. Try moving the sword along the anvil so you can get the hang of it. Now take the hammer and try hitting it a few times. See the sparks? That's the sign of a good strike. The more sparks, the better. Also, you can hammer with different degrees of power. A stronger hit will do more, but it'll tire you out faster. Try giving it a few blows, as hard as you can, so I can see how strong you are. That's got a nice ring to it. Of course, if it was all about hitting an anvil with a hammer, any dolt could do it. You've got to hammer the workpiece evenly. One hit next to the other. Very nice. You're doing just fine. But when I say evenly, I mean it. A sword has two sides, like a lot of other things, including myself. Turn it over and continue on the other side. Nice. Now try forging it on both sides. The closer it is to being finished, the more it will take on the shape you want. It'll cool off soon anyway. It's cooled now. You can't do it all in one go. You've got to put it back in the furnace from time to time. Sometimes you've got to go there and back all day. But it's all part of the craft. Now, get back to the forge and heat it all up again, like before. Thing is heated up now, so come over to the anvil. See that? Besides the sparks, you can tell a good strike by the sound it makes. That's the ring you want. See how it's taking on the right shape? That's how you can tell it's almost finished. Now, I've got a piece of advice for you. Hammer to a rhythm. When I hammer a piece to a beat, the work goes by easier. Sometimes I'll whistle to myself to keep the rhythm going. Sparks are flying nicely. There you go. You've got it finished. All that's left is to temper it, and the sword will be done. The rest is just tweaking. Right. Let's have a... Very nice work. Your father taught you the trade well.
He'd certainly be happy to hear that.
If you carry on hammering as well as you did today, you've definitely got a job here. Even so, keep in mind, it's all about making sure every strike does its job. That's why you can't let it get cold, or keep striking the same. If you work evenly, each strike falling right next to the last one, you can't go... Got that? Or is there something else you want to ask about?
What good does it do me to whistle while I work?
It makes you work to a rhythm. You won't get tired so quickly, and the iron feels it.
How do I know a good strike from a bad one?
By the sparks that fly up. And by the ring. It rings out with a different sound when you do it right.
What's the right way to heat up the workpiece?
Do it till it turns the color of straw. Ideally, the color should be the same everywhere, if your forging's going to be even. The main thing is, don't work it cold. But don't overheat it either. As soon as sparks start to fly off it in the furnace, take it out.
Why should I forge evenly?
If you keep hammering the same spot, you'll never finish it. You'll just fuck it up. But jumping from one end to the other ain't a good idea neither. You'd end up the best thing to do is aim each strike next to the one before.
How will I know it's finished?
Notice the shape. The closer you are to finishing, the more precise the shape it will have.
Thanks.
You can sleep in the chamber by the woodshed. And there's a chest where you can keep your things. And of course, you can use the forge anytime you want. Any questions?
Where can I get materials?
You can buy some essentials from... But if you want to make a fancy sword with lots of ornamentation, you'll have to look elsewhere. This is just a village, you know. The locals ain't after luxury. They can't afford it.
What can I do with the items I've forged?
Well, you can sell them. though you probably won't have much luck around here. But I'll happily buy some of the nicer things from you.
Where exactly is my bed?
At the side of the house, there are 2 doors and a wheelbarrow between them. And you can put your things in the chest there. Don't worry.
What now?
What do you think? You're not going to be idle. I'll find you some work to do. Right? You're pretty good at swords, but what the locals really need is axes. Right. Here are some simple drawings that show what they're both supposed to. You can get down to it right away.
Just like that?
Sacre, lad. I chose you because you already know a thing or two. I'm not going to look over your shoulder all bloody down. You take care of these smaller jobs. Forge away as long as you're able, and then sell it all. Once you've made some coin and feel like being out in the open again, I'll give you some more interesting work.
You said you have some more interesting work for me. What would that be?
It's about those 2 idiot hands of mine, Venser and Franzi. They drove off with a cart full of goods towards Semine, and they never came back.
Do you want me to find them?
Just so. But more importantly, I want to know where my cart ended up, and especially the cargo. Go to Semine and find out what the bloody hell happened.
Have you any idea which way they might have gone? I could have a look along the way. Maybe their cart broke down or something.
There's only one road to Semine that can take a cart. It leads from Takov to Troskovitz, and then to the south. But I've got a bad feeling they got up to no good in Semine.
Those 2 hands of yours, Venser and Franzi, what can you tell me about them?
Can't tell you much. They're wandering laborers. I don't think they wanted to stay here with me for long, but these days I can use all the help I can get.
Were they suspicious in any way?
No, they worked hard. They ain't no slackers. And I can't say that about it.
What was the cart carrying?
Bugger and bollocks. All sorts of stuff. I'd say Lord Semine wants to rearm his garrison with new equipment. There were some hunting swords, bastard swords, crossbow bolts. I also fixed the trigger on young Semine's crossbow. And some kitchen stuff. Sacks of charcoal, all sorts of... There's a good month's work in that cartload.
All right. I'll get...
Go ahead. And if you find that pair of fools drunk, kick their up.
Gladly. I'll kick some sobriety. Can I ask you about that...
What is it you need?
All right.
Time's wasting.
There's a couple more things I'd like to ask about...
Ask away.
Thanks. I heard you could teach...
Sure, why not? If you pay... What is this about?
What...
Thank you, and a good day to you, friend.
Ave Maria, it happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
Show me.
I hope you'll be satisfied, my friend.
God bless you.
I'll have a look at you.
Nothing suits your fancy, eh?
Greetings. Do you need some?
How you doing? I'm Henry.
Nice to meet you. I'm Zdeněk. I'm a storyteller. I could tell you stories so sad they'd make the devil. Or would you prefer something so scary it'll make the hairs on your ass turn white? But it's a lot of hard work for me. Now if you had something to drink or a couple of groschen, that might help loosen my tongue.
I know quite a few stories myself. How about a trade? A story for a story.
All right then. But if it's the one about the magic porridge pot, don't bother. I've heard it 100 times. And that story always leaves me feeling hungry.
I know a romantic tale about a knight, his lady love, and 3 impossible tasks he had to undertake. Horse, and make a crown with the rarest gem.
And then? What happened when he'd done all 3?
The lady of his heart showed her gratitude by giving him the most precious thing she had. And I'm not talking about gold.
Ho! A raunchy ending. That'll be popular with the lads round here. If I were you, I'd make it longer. To last a whole evening. Add a wicked stepmother, that sort of thing. It'll be a hit. And now, I'll tell you a tale in return. So what kind of story would you like to hear?
I like stories that can teach me something. Stories with a moral.
Haven't you heard enough of those in church? But it's not a problem. I have just the tale for you. And it's not one you'll hear from any priest. So, once upon a time, there lived in these very lands 2 brothers. The older was called Kuba, the younger, Matthias. They were both woodcutters, like their father and his father before him. One day, at the height of summer, they were working in the woods. The air was as hot as a furnace, so Matthias went to a nearby pond to cool himself. But as he was leaning over the cold water, there was a loud splash. His axe had got loose from his belt. In haste, he began to search the muddy bed of the pond, and his hands soon touched something hard and heavy. He pulled it out and could not believe his eyes. He'd pulled out an axe. Yes, but not his old one. It was an axe made of pure silver.
Good God. I'd grab that without a second thought.
Maybe you would, but Matthias would never. He was an honest man, and with a big swing he searched the pond again. And this time he pulled out his own axe. Nothing but dull iron and old wood.
I reckon that was the right choice. Who knows who the silver axe belonged to?
Well, quite. Listen on. Matthias was just about to leave when suddenly a water goblin came out of the pond, silver axe in his hands, and he... You're a righteous man, Matthias, and for your honesty, you may keep both axes. Matthias, not hanging around for the goblin to change his mind, took up both axes, gave us thanks, and ran to tell Kuba all about it. Kuba, however, was not best pleased with his little brother's fortune. He deeply envied Matthias for his newfound wealth. So, he set out to try the same thing. He ran as fast as his legs could carry him, straight to the pond, threw his own axe in, and began a pretend search for it. Yet Kuba had no luck. He pulled out the axe he'd thrown in himself. So he tried again. Tricked by sunlight, he grabbed something shiny, only to pull out his old iron axe again. Enraged, he hurled his axe back into the water and yelled, "Fuck this axe!" But the water goblin heard his shameful cry and was greatly upset by Kuba's grit. So, when Kuba reached down into the water for a third time, the water goblin seized his hand, pulled him down whole to the dark depths, and dragged. Oh, that's so cruel. Aye, and so did Matthias. He went to the water goblin and begged for his brother's body so he could take him home and bury him. But the path back from the pond led over a steep hill, and carrying the weight of the waterlogged body, he stopped to rest by an old oak tree, and he used a silver axe to cut off a branch that would serve as a walking, but it wasn't enough. Somehow, it was still getting harder to continue up the hill. Then Matthias, it wasn't his brother's body that was weighing him down. It was the silver axe. The axe was the cause of all this trouble. So he started bashing the silver axe against the big stone with all his might, trying to destroy it. Yet no matter what, he couldn't even make. With the last of his strength, Matthias climbed to the top of the hill. He knew he could go no further, so he found a pretty spot with a view over the valley and dug his brother a grave. There, he buried both his brother and the silver axe that had brought such pain upon them. His final act was to stick the oak branch in the ground by the grave. But lo and behold, the branch grew green leaves and became a tree. The locals have had no dealings with the water goblin since then, but some have had the bad luck to bump into. And when you walk by the pier, where it all happened, you can still hear his chuckling.
That was a very nice story.
Story? What story?
Why hasn't anyone gone looking for the axe?
Because it brings misfortune. Didn't you listen to me at all? Look for yourself if you wish. Rock Tower Pond isn't far from here. The Water Goblin's pier is... But leave me out of it. I'm fine here with my drink. Take care, friend.
What do you have?
Take care then. Thanks for nothing.
Next time it'll be even better. It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
There's nothing left here.
God grant you help.
What is it you need?
What are you doing here?
God
Where the
grant you
fuck is
help.
that sheep lying there? Oh, it's starting to smell. And it's all torn up. Why do you have a dead sheep lying here?
It was those fucking wolves. They mauled it. And it was in lamb.
I was wondering why it's all torn up.
But I'll put an end to it. I got myself some poison. I'm gonna rub it all over the sheep and then leave it somewhere in the wood. That ought to make them lose appetite for my sheep.
Oh, damn. I don't want
Mutt,
my dog.
you better find him then, and soon. Farewell. What? What are you doing, fooling about with my things? You better pay me compensation, you blackguard. Oh well, I tried the easy way. Now it's time for the hard way.
Quick! Go! Quick!
Just a bit further.
Quick! God! Quick! Quick! God!
Keep it up.
Whoa, whoa. Wait, that's my Pebbles.
My girl! What would you like?
That grey horse you have grazing here is mine.
What do you mean, yours? I bought it fair and square. I admit, it was only for a few groschen from some suspicious lad who found it, but that horse is not branded, so it belongs to me now.
Use your head. Do I look like someone who needs a free nag?
Well, no, I suppose you don't.
And do you think it's a good idea to make someone like that angry for a few measly coins?
All right, fine. You can have her, bloody miser. Go and get her then. If she remembers you, she might even come when you whistle for her. Safe travels. Keep your eyes on the road, you fool!
God! 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 Quick!
Just a bit further.
Quick! God! Quick! God! Quick! Quick!
Keep it up.
Quick! Go! Die! What? God!
Whoa.
Excuse me. Greetings, lad. What brings you here?
I met the local beggar. Barrow was her name.
She's here again. Oh, confound it. But we'll get rid of her somehow, you'll see.
What? But I...
You didn't give her any money, I hope? Rabble like that are like stray cats. Feed them once, and you'll never get rid of them.
No, she just told me you might know where I could get some armor.
Armor? Unless you want to join the local watch, I don't think I can help you. Unless, maybe, Radovan, the blacksmith from Takov. We might sell you...
But Barra told me you might know of something better. The armor of some Brunswick?
Oh, that, lad.
What legend?
It's hard to explain. There are actually 2 legends, or even 3. Well, it doesn't really matter. Why are you so interested anyway? Fine armor like that belongs in the hands of a knight.
Are you saying I don't look like a knight to you?
Well, actually... Oh, apologies, sir. My eyesight isn't what it used to be. You know, I spend all my time poring over... So, that legend. In short, they say the armor of ancient Bohemian prince Brunswick is hidden here, waiting for some valiant knight to find it. I don't believe it, of...
Who exactly?
No, lad. Educate yourself. Who won the lion for our country's coat of arms?
Really? How is it that I've never heard of him?
He never existed. Prince Vladislav II got the lion for our coat of arms, for helping Emperor Frederick I, known as Redbeard.
But you just said that...
Brunswick is just a legend, but a quite lovely one.
Could you recount for me the legend of Brunswick?
Well, Brunswick was a valiant Bohemian prince. He lived in a time when our country had an eagle on its coat of arms, but that wasn't good enough for him. So he decided to head out into the world and gain the mark of a more...
A man after my own heart.
You may think so, but his wife was none too happy. Her name was Ludmilla, and she begged Brunswick 100 times to stay home, but he just couldn't be persuaded. Still, he loved her very much, so he took her ring and told her that unless someone came and showed her that ring during the next 7 years, she should wait for his return. But if he failed to return after 7 years, that would mean he would never return.
And what happened next?
Brunswick's party set out to sea, but didn't get far. They were drawn in by an island with a mysterious mountain of amber that holds all ships and prevents them from leaving. Over time, the men on the deserted island died of starvation, leaving only Brunswick, who noticed that once a year a great bird called No came to the island to hunt. And so the clever knight hid in his horse's hide at just the right time. And when the bird came, it mistook him for prey and carried him away. So Brunswick, after some time on the road, the prince came across something unprecedented. A duel between a lion and a 9-headed dragon. So, what do you think Brunswick did at that moment?
Well, considering what he later added to the coat of arms, I expect he helped the lion, eh?
Smart. Brunswick rushed to help the lion, and together they killed the dragon. And from that time on, they were stalwart companions. The lion even followed him all the way back to Bohemia. Except, by then, it was already too late. It had already been exactly 7 years to the day since Brunswick set off on his journey. His wife, Ludmilla, who had until that time valiantly resisted all suitors, was about to remarry. But at the wedding feast, Brunswick managed to drop the ring in her cup. So it all turned out well. For Brunswick, that is. Not so for Ludmilla's new groom, but the lion took care of that.
And do you know where I could find Brunswick's armor?
Yes, lad, if it even really exists. But I do have a little bit of advice for Sir Chenyek, who they say hid the armor, left behind a riddle. It's a test that must be passed by whoever wants to find it. Do you want to hear it?
And how did that riddle go?
Wait, how was it? I've got it. Take your leave of crone and maiden, standing tall behind the gates. Boldly go towards true midnight. In caverns cold your prize awaits. Pass through the all of forest kings, hidden deep from hunter's gaze. Standing tall, 2 guards of stone, behind whom yearned for treasure lay. Between them stands a mighty rock, a subtle niche, yet deeper still, a place to give one's art to God. Behold, my armor gleaming.
The crone and the maiden towards midnight. We've got east, west. Bloody hell. I think I know.
Really? Well, seems you've got something between your... And you know what? I've got something else. Sir George, who previously owned the armor, wanted to have a nice poleaxe made in Prague too, but he died of the plague before he could do it. I'm not too certain about Brunswick and his armor, but this is certainly true, because I have a copy of George's order. Here, take it. And now go. Looking for something in...
Good day.
How can I help?
Show me.
Why are you wasting my time? You don't want anything then, eh?
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
Greetings, Master Guard. I can hardly straighten up. Ow! Ow! That's what comes from bending badly. Ah! My back!
Greetings.
How are things, Master Scribe?
What would you like to hear? I don't spread gossip.
Well, Troskovitz isn't exactly a small village. People are probably doing well here, eh?
And why shouldn't they be? The war has avoided our region so far. I think we can especially thank our lord, Sir Otto von
And what's your lord like?
Von Burgau? My goodness, he knows that just like his Chamberlain Ulrich. Though, sometimes it's not so easy with him.
Who's this Chamberlain Ulrich?
Ulrich von Schaumburg manages the estate of Sir Otto von Burgau. You see, as the royal chamberlain, Sir Otto spends most of his time in... So Ulrich is actually something like the unofficial local ruler.
Are you from here?
No, I'm not. I come from nearby
So what are you doing here?
The plague and a spell of bad luck are behind it. The plague took most of my relatives to their maker, and I didn't want to return home after my studies. Bailiff Thrush offered me a good position here, so why shouldn't I accept it? Looking for something in there?
Good to see you.
Greetings, Master Guard.
You shouldn't be bothering us here.
Quick!
Ka!
Ja!
Ka!
Ja!
Come on!
Ka!
Oh, Quick! Whoa! Whoa!
Greetings.
Quick! Quick! Go! 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 God! Come on! God! 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 Quick! God! Keep it up. Whoa! Whoa!
Yeah, the place by the Zherovka stream. What then? Has the water right been up to his mist? What's that? Hey!
I don't have a lot of time, but I'm always up for a game of dice and
I hear you. Never any harm in that. Anyway, that's about all we can do. Nothing for it but to perch here and wait for us.
What do you mean for your tree? You're waiting for it to chop itself down?
Actually, I mean, wait until we can get to work on it.
But what's the hold-up with your tree?
In short, we found the perfect oak for a new mill wheel. Only some horsens set up camp beneath it for the night. And now we're waiting for them to haul arse. Bugger it.
What's your actual line of work?
Me and Yira here are axemen. We make our way round the mills fixing their wheels.
Yeah, and spending half the day sitting by the wayside, eh?
Whoa now, laddie. It takes a lot of walking to find the right tree. There's a lot more to it than you think, bugger it.
Why don't you just send those reprobates packing? You've got hands like shovels, and you're scared of a few vagrants?
Vagrants? Hell, man, they're armed to the teeth. They'd kill us, bugger it. And don't stoke my fire, lad, else you'll see what these shovels of mine can do to your...
Come on, then.
Let's see what you made.
Ah! Ah!
Go fuck yourself! Fuck. Jesus! I'm hit! Oh, Christ!
Sakura, you're a gutsy fighter. I'll give you that. Thanks. Next time, keep your arms closer to...
All right. That was a pretty good fight, wasn't it?
Yeah, but what...
Definitely.
God! Go! Ka!
Whoa!
Careful.
Well, a few days I sell.
Were there any valuables in there?
You bet. Lord Simeon ordered all sorts of delicacies and precious, and for Taylor Bartishak, I was carrying expensive fabrics to make dresses. If you only knew how much coin I spent on this.
And where did the wagon tip?
On the roads near the Katchak Pond, beyond Jelly-off. I can't tell you how much it still pisses me off. But what can I do?
I'm sorry to hear that.
Me too. But what can I do? So...
What do you...
Da stinkt zum Himmel. You'll have to knock the price down on these stolen... Well, how much...
Do we have a deal?
That's more like it. Lower... Hi, du wirst sicher zufrieden sein. Bis bald.
Ka! Whoa! Whoa! Ow! That's what comes from bending badly. Oh, Christ! I've really done my back in. Oh, Christ! I've really done my back in. Oh, I can hardly straighten up. Ow! Ow! That's what comes from bending badly. Oh, Christ! Really done my back in. I can hardly straighten up. Ow! Oh, Sakra! This damn back!
The Lord be with you.
How's your shift?
No great shakes. The last little while we've had our fair share of scoundrels. I thank God for every day without...
What's the situation with hunting game around Tross?
I don't know why you're asking, but it's strictly forbidden, of course. Only the local lords can hunt game. But if you're interested in gossip, then there's poachers running around the forests, and they're worse than... But it's all them fucking nomads' fault. Since they came to the region, they brought nothing but shit. It started with stealing hens, then the odd sheep disappeared here and there. And it's up to me to...
Why don't you drive those nomads away?
Because they set up camp on the estate of old Lord Samine, and he's too soft for his own good.
And the bailiff?
Bailiff Thrush has already argued with him about it a few times, but his daughter is supposed to marry young Sir Alder Samine, so he'd rather not rock the boat. And meanwhile, there's more thefts here than ever.
What's the local Lord Sir Otto like?
How would I know? I've only seen him a couple of times. He spends most of his... Why are you interested?
I'm a stranger here, so I'm just...
Don't get too cute.
We were recently attacked by robbers, here by the pond. Do you know anything?
I heard about that, but I don't believe you one bit. No one survived that. Them bastards murdered a young nobleman there with his entire...
No, that's not...
Look, you'd better drop it and not stick your nose into our...
I'm looking for Lord Capon of Perkstein, my master.
Oh my God, what are you on about now? Are you sure you aren't a bit simple? Wasn't one stay in the pillory enough for you?
What the... All right,
I don't know. Last I saw, he was trudging along the road to the Geleov Tavern. And See you later, my friend.
God be with you.
Good afternoon.
What...
Es war ein gutes Geschäft. Auf Wiedersehen.
Quick! Go! Go!
Quick!
Whoa!
Ka! Ka! Go! Ka!
Whoa!
So you can avoid... Go! Quick! Go! Go! Keep it up!
Whoa! Whoa!
Fuck you!
Mercy!
Sorry! Imatko sta bolo! Ka! Quick! Ka! Ka! Go! Just a bit further. God. Come on. Quick. Come on.
Whoa! Whoa!
God. Quick. Come on.
Quick! Go! Quick! Ka!
Hey, Hans!
Are you talking to me?
Who else? Back already, Hans? I thought you'd be gone.
I'm not Hans. I'm
Yeah, right, Hans. And I'm King Sigismund.
Do we know each other?
Of course. It's me, Joachim. We met in Kuttenberg. We had that row about who had the right to a better pitch at the market. We nearly crossed swords at the cattle market in the morning. But come evening, we were getting boozed up together at the hangman's halter. You more than me, I reckon, seeing as you don't remember.
Where is it exactly I'm supposed to be coming back from?
You said you were off to Germany to sell your wares. I gave you some trinkets to see if you have any luck hawking them for me there. Didn't you go in the end?
You're a
Not quite, huh? Just a plain old huckster, like yourself.
How's business?
It's been better. Luckily, there are still enough people in Kuttenberg who aren't living hand to mouth, but they still chafe at the prices, even though I haven't put them up in years.
Where do you get the goods you sell in Kuttenberg?
Wherever I can, Hans. Every now and then I meet a merchant on the road who's happy to trade with me. Other times I bump into a craftsman in some backwater who makes quality stuff that doesn't cost, so I peddle my wares around the country.
I'm curious.
Wares?
Go! Whoa!
One rarely sees such a drunken mess.
Did you say mass?
Excuse me.
Sorry, but I'm no priest. But I did preach a sermon once, though. Excuse me, I'm looking for the man who was in the pillory with me yesterday. Have you seen him?
I can't help you with that. You'll have to find him yourself.
I'd like to buy something. Where can I find some merch?
If it's a tradesman you're after, most of them live here in the village, of course. Your best bet is to ask our merchant Jörg. He knows everyone.
What's new in the county, master?
I heard something's going. Project the Innkeeper is probably coming up with some mischief to pull on the gel. Will they never cut it out? Their bickering is making... And now I've been visited by one of the local peasants. He said he found more fresh graves behind his field, just below the village, along the road to Nabokov.
What do you mean, more? You sound like this isn't the first time.
That we found someone buried here? Don't even. I've been digging up bodies ever since that bandit gang started running rampant. Most of them are von Berger. Also, if it wasn't bad enough, that gang of bandits is rampaging through the region. Now someone's stealing cabbage from the peasants.
Cabbage?
Aye, and the peasants won't stop bugging me about it. I was just visited by a peasant from Zadar. He's been...
The one who has his farm above the Nebokov mill?
The very same. Say, do I really have to do this? Do I have the time to look for some moron stealing? And that's about it.
That sounds interesting. I'd like to report an ambush. Some scoundrels attacked my lord's retinue and killed our men.
That's a serious matter. Where is your lord?
Well, he left.
I don't understand why he's not lodging a complaint himself, and why not directly at the castle. He has that right.
It's a long story. My lord got very angry and then went missing.
Sorry, fella, but I'm not sure whether you're making it up or lying to me. But if you were telling the truth, why don't you bring your lord here and we can talk? I'm sorry, lad, but until then, I've got more important things to do.
I need to speak with Sir Otto.
With the Royal Chamberlain? Are you yank?
Why not?
I'd like to talk to him too, boy, but he's still in Prague. He's hardly ever here. Chamberlain Ulrich is in...
And where do I find him?
Where do you think?
But they won't let me in there.
What do you want me to do about it? That's your problem. I'm not going to put in a word for you. I hardly know you.
What's new, Bailiff?
Nothing special, fortunately. It's peaceful here, and the war has avoided us so far, thank God. Just here and there a brawl in the tavern or the neighbour's errant cow. Well, that's how it was until recently, at least.
Thanks.
Quick!
And what's going to happen with that field?
Huh? Greetings. Do you need...
Can I spend the night here?
We're not really...
I'll pay you well, if you...
I'll let you sleep on the hay for a couple of grosh.
Let's agree on... Do you accept?
Look, offer a bit more and we can make a deal. Agreed. Like I said, you can sleep on the hay.
I came to apologise for the fight that me and Lord Capon started. If we caused any damages, I'll take care of them.
It's all water under the bridge. You've served your penance by carrying them sacks, and I'm sure you won't forget about the stocks anytime soon either, eh? So we're square. If you want to help me out, though, I do know something you could... There's a group of humans at the table over there, and they want some food, but, well, I don't know. I'm scared.
Should I kick them out?
No, a guest's a guest, and coin's coin, but do you think you could serve them for me?
What are humans doing in Troskovitz, anyway?
Beats me. I reckon Sigismund sent them.
But if that was the case, he'd order them to pillage and murder, not sit around in a tavern.
Look, all I know is that they're sitting in my yard, are hungry, and have a pile of groschen that I could really use.
All right. But I'm not sure I'll understand them.
You'll manage. One of them but be quick about it. They're starting to make the locals nervous. Wojtek at the next table looks like he's about to pounce on them. And no more fighting. I want this to go smooth.
Bashing their faces in will be too... For them, fast.
Someone should kick them asses.
What's the latest news, innkeeper?
If it's work you're looking for, you could stop by our local huntsman. He has a cottage. His wife is always complaining that Lord von Berghoff runs him off his feet. So I reckon he wouldn't turn down a helping hand. If you ask me, though, he spends more time drinking than he does hunting. But
And have you heard about the Divozhenka of Semaine?
What Divozhenka?
You haven't seen one yet? A Divozhenka is a wild woman of the forest. An ugly, disfigured creature. You can find them deep in the woods or caves, where they make their ointments and gather magic. Sometimes they hurt people, sometimes they help. You shouldn't go there.
Why not?
The Samine lot did that. They were worried she might put young Lord Samine under a spell, especially now, because it's so they took care of her. And that's about it, I'd say.
Sounds interesting.
I apologize.
Találkozol rajtuk? Együnk, és tűnjünk innen.
The innkeeper said you wanted some food.
Exactly. We do not want much. Just some bread and something beside. Maybe a bit of sausage.
Do you have money?
We have, and we pay for everything. Or my name not Voshko.
Village. Right. Don't be safe with that rabble around.
Human swine. You think you own the place, do you?
Dice tournament at the wedding, and whoever wins will take home gold medal.
Look at them.
Here you go.
Thank you. I afraid we leave. Ahesh. Without food.
Gorva, why you even talk? They can go to hell.
How come you speak our language so well?
From mother. It is long tertined. Story. Maybe I tell another time. Now we just want to eat.
What were you thinking coming here? Humans don't exactly have the best reputation around here.
We don't want trouble. We just hungry. We had enough of that. Etel back at camp. We just want to eat something good for change.
The locals don't want you here, and neither do I. The less humans I meet in my lifetime, the...
Not all humans same. But what do you say?
Finish eating and go back to where you came.
Take it easy, friend.
No, not you personally, but I've dealt with humans before. You're all the...
El obtuj, do not judge a book.
You should get the fuck out of here.
Easy, fella. They just want to eat their...
You seem very sure about that. Last time you got into a brawl here yourself, and now you're going to preach to us about peace? Oh shit. I say we smash their teeth in and be done with it.
You seem to have forgotten I'm standing between you...
Are you asking for a beating? You got your ass kicked once. I'd be happy to kick it again. Do I make myself clear, you cunt? Out, now!
All right!
Teacher! What did you just say? Fuck! Hey, where do you think you're going? Did you really just spit on me, you scum?
He not mean it. He go too far.
And who's gonna pay?
We no eat anything. You take food back.
So our food ain't the gentleman's taste, eh? Maybe they'd rather wear it on their heads instead. What about you, lad? Will you help us kick these pigs out of here?
Leave them alone.
You're defending those horse fuckers. Birds of a feather.
You don't even know who they are.
You think I don't? They're fucking humans. They burn and pillage every village they come across. Fucking traitor!
You want to try me?
Fucking hell!
Tomka!
Hey! Help me with this bastard!
Ennyi volt!
How are you doing?
Friend Ben. Thanks, friend. I not expect. And no one come to our camp. We will...
Are you all right? Wake up! Come on! Jesus Christ, my head! I must have
That sounds great.
Right now? All right. Here we are. Welcome to our...
You hid yourselves well. I'll give you that.
better not be seen by people. People not like when we are... Oh, and thank you for you help us in tavern.
Nah, don't mention it. I've had my fair share of dealings with locals. I think it'd be best if you avoid the place next time.
But now that almost sound like threat.
Threat is too strong a word. I'd call it a friendly...
First you help us in tavern, and now this? You're very strict. You take their side. But they treat you no better than us.
Well, I may not be from around here, but I'm nothing like people like you destroyed my home and killed my parents.
People like us?
Humans.
Fuck. I sorry hear that. What is your name?
I'm Henry.
You Henry. All right, Henry. Come then, Henry, we drink to memory of parents.
Have you heard of Scallies?
Come on, boy. Open old wound is not good. Be not heat.
So you have heard of it? You were there?
Henry, I am sorry, but I not change.
Well, I'm just supposed to forget that human mercenaries slaughter...
Soldiers follow orders, even if orders are... But when it is over, and you smell smoke and see... We were in Skalitz, and we leave because of what happened there. Robbing poor villagers who have nothing because we do not get pay? Maybe Sigismund want that, not us.
This bloody...
Well said.
I'm not in the...
Very well.
Gifali!
What's life like among the nomads?
I have been traveling since I was little, and it is all I know. But this is a really nice place, and we have only been here.
And what about the people here? Are you all one family?
Of course not. But it is as if we were. People need support. Struggling through the world by yourself is neither safe nor enjoyable. But each to their own. The locals are always uptight and do not know how to enjoy life. Then when people come who know how to enjoy life and not just survive, they do not like them.
What do you nomads actually do for a living?
Different people do different things. Now, we Roma are mainly craftsmen, traveling blacksmiths and locksmiths, and we do not need much to survive. Also, we know all things about traveling, such as breeding horses, shoeing them, and what is more, our old Aranka can tell the future and treat the sick, so...
Teach me some of your language.
What do you want to know?
Let me think. I'm a bold knight, and Sir Hans is courtier.
Let's see if you remember this. Mesom tulo chororo dilina.
Mesom tulo chororo dilina.
Laches, laches. It is like you... Now you can say it to girls when you meet them.
Teach me something else.
Let us try something polite. Like when you want to compliment someone.
Would that be hard?
Who said that our language is easy? Say after me. Kai tumaro baro balo.
Kai tumaro baro balo?
Clever lad. Remember that and maybe say it to our voivod. He will be overjoyed to hear it from you.
Look at him, that Gato. Aranka described somebody just like him. Go and see the voivod.
Oh, it is you, Charges.
What are you talking about?
You are that chavo from my dream. Jalas Mangesuno. You came to me. The Eterno Gajo, friend of the Roma with clear eyes. The one who has suffered much. A stranger to take on the task that shall unite our familia once again. Or divide us forever.
What? What's a chavo? What am I supposed to do?
Go and see the Voivod. He will tell you more.
How are you doing?
Laches Gajo Mishtes. What can an old woman like me do?
I'd like to learn a greeting in your language.
There are all kinds. But if you want to say how are you, then it is Sartukejal. And if you want something a bit less ordinary, it is Kaijazmor. But that is only said by man to man, mind you. We women say, Sotavez mrichai.
Aha. And what does that mean?
It is simply asking if the other has enough to eat. This is good manners among us.
Where did you come from?
Ay, Gajo. From God, of course.
I mean, where were you?
Ah, I see. Well, in the winter we are always in the south. And in the summer we go north.
And over again, like that?
What do you mean over and over? There is the East Road and the West Road too, right?
Wait, you really don't know where you'll be next week?
You guessed it, Gajo. We do not know, and we do not want to know. God all...
Why do you travel the world? Why don't you settle down?
And why do you not settle down? Instead of jumping from the frying pan into the fire.
Oh, that's different. I'm serving my lord.
While we have no master, just the sun and God above us, and the grass beneath our feet. So hincha chipen androjivipen.
Tell me something about the Roma. I realise I don't know anything about your people.
What can I say? We are people and creatures. The only difference between us is that we live on the road. While you are cooped up in the same cottage from cradle, it is a free life for free people. Though it is true we often have to move on, because we are driven out.
How do you get along with the locals?
It's always different. Sometimes the women folk could kiss my feet when I cured their pain. And sometimes they are more likely to burn me at the stake just for being different.
And what makes you nomads different?
You know, Gajo, nothing and everything. We live our lives as if each day could be the last. That is all. Try it. And you will see every sunrise like it is the first time again.
What can you tell me about your husband, the Voivod?
May cholera strike him down, the scoundrel. The last thing I needed was a man like him. But I did not have any better ones at the shop.
Really?
Oh, yes. Like I always say, the best baroshero under the sun. But his stubbornness will be the end of me one day.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I hear you know...
Kotuke Penja. What magic? I am just an old woman who knows how to ward off trouble and hold on to her. My old mother, may she rest in peace, she knew all kinds of things.
You see, and I thought you were really... well...
Not at all. Fortune-telling and spells are far cry from black magic. Black magic is a path every honest manush avoids like a plague. My power comes from God, and I use it to serve only Him.
How do you know when it's black magic?
Simple. Black magic is only used for the selfish benefit of fools who think only of themselves.
And is there another kind of magic?
Oh, Devla Miro, of course. The good kind that helps and comes from God.
And is it true? Do the spells really...
So hincha chipen androji vipen. If you have faith, then it will work.
I'll have a look at...
Oh, never mind then.
Ha! It's you, Gajo. Aranka's prophecy.
What? What Gajo?
You come to save our family from Vizdi's...
Save how? What are you talking... slow down and tell me what happened.
How can I slow down Gajo when my Shea Marika is gone? My only daughter, gone. Her empty tent is all that is left of her. If Aranka's prophecy is true, you must help me.
How can I help you?
How do you think? You must find her and bring her back.
Do you think in that forest, maybe...
Invite evil. Such lava can come true.
So she disappeared out of the blue?
On my honor as voivode of this camp. One moment she is here, next moment gone. We search for her, but not find. Then Aranka has vision. So we wait for Gajo, who will help. And now, waiting is over. It's written in stars and how birds fly. I know nothing of such things, but everything Aranka says. Will you help me? Will you help an unfortunate voivode? I will reward you.
I'll help you. I'm sure we'll find her.
Dear God, I know something good will happen the moment when I see you.
But hold on. You have to tell me more about Marika. Where and when did you last see her?
It has been 2 days. We even follow her tracks past her woman's hut and then on towards Apollonia.
You mean Bajena, the herbalist? She didn't advise you?
I do not know the Johanni's name. But I know she does not like. She says she don't know anything. And if she know, she will not tell us. Such disrespect. Pooh!
Voivod, I know it's hard to accept, but could your daughter have been...
No!
But...
I said no!
I just mean...
I am voivode. And that means I am wisest in all camp. I have letter of safe conduct from the king, guaranteeing safety and freedom. And when I know something, I know it.
Where's her tent? Maybe I can find something in there that'll help with the search.
We look through everything here. That's Zeratu.
Still, I'd at least give it a try.
Mishto. But don't waste. Marika, she sleep under a kind of oilcloth right next to Aranka's shop. She always liked the open air.
I think I know everything on it.
Please, find... Aveți Bachtalomure.
Nice scarf. It must have belonged to Marika. Do you have any idea where Marika might be?
Dear boy, the crystal ball is cloudy. The smoke from the herbs goes with the breeze. And the flight of the birds? No, that cannot be relied.
Can you really divine things from bird flight?
As sure as my name is Aranka. But wait, there is one thing. Last night I dreamt of a city of rocks.
A city of rocks? What is that?
I can only say what I saw, nothing more.
God be with you. What would you like?
My name is Henry, and I've heard in the village that you're a renowned strongman, juggler, and moreover, skilled with a weapon. Is that true?
Depends. Why do you ask?
I'm looking for someone to help me.
What's it about?
Well, It's complicated. But the short version is, a few days ago I barely avoided the gravedigger's shovel. I thought I was done for. That's how badly beaten I was. And now, well, I'm feeling a bit unsure in combat.
Aye, that I can do. If what you say is true, I could really help you out, friend. I've been missing a good fighter around here.
What would you like in return?
Oh, please. I'll do it out of sheer kindness. I don't have anything to do right now anyway. You can pay me...
We can start right away.
All right. Follow me to the arena.
Shall we begin?
Here's a practice longsword, so we don't hurt. Let's see what you've got. We'll start with exchanges, and if you do well, we'll try. If you're going to attack, commit to it. Don't stop after a single strike. Dish out several. Now I'm going to show you a simple technique that builds on that. You'll attack from the right, then left, then right again. Attacks follow one after the other. And you don't even have to break through your opponent's cover.
So right, left, and then right again.
Exactly. You can also do it the way around. You're not wasting effort just flailing around.
I'll get it. Let's do it.
Don't pause. Come on, keep going.